yeah, man. Like, this is literally the first time I've been able to jump on in a couple of weeks. It's just hectic at the minute, man. I've got school holidays, we've been away. It's my boy's birthday. It's just me and him. I'm running businesses, taking care of him. Holidays are a nightmare. I just can't get the time to get in this little cockpit. But you know, tonight's the first night in ages where I've not been knackered come 9 o'clock. So I thought, let me just have a quick bez in here. So this is so agile, man. I forgot I had this 5e, you know, this Tiger. So I'm not used to it. It's just so nimble. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video, really, and just in case anybody out there was kind of in my position that was holding off, has been watching VR in the wings, and I'd say just go for it now, man. Like, there's enough out there. If you've got the GPU to push the displays. If you're already there like I was, these displays now, whether it be the Crystal or this, or I think a lot of people are making the Quest 3 work. I've turned on the mirrors, which back in the day nobody ever used to do because it used to take a huge hit, but it's not really affecting my frame. So if anyone can just let me know if that's a thing people do, but I kind of like it. Anyway, I've bounced some of my keys. Finally got my zoom again. I've not got my super zoom, and also my recenter, so we can recenter much easier. So that's nice, isn't it? So yeah, so if you're on the fence and you've been watching out in the shadows for a while and you're thinking about getting into I want to say think about getting into DCS, because I'd imagine if you're into flight sims, you're already into it. Like, I don't even think that'd be an option for somebody watching VR and think, yeah, let me get DCS, a PC, and a headset. Like, 'cause you talk, you know, that's a lot of money, and for you just to try it. So I'd imagine you're already playing this, or flight sim, or X-Plane, or whatever, and you'd probably been on the fences for a while and thinking about getting into VR, man, like I was. Yeah, I mean, my story, I do think it really is the beginning of this little golden age of VR. I mean, I know it's still expensive. You know, I know these headsets are expensive. I know the GPUs, and they're not going to come down. They're only going to get more expensive. I think the new wafer, the new NVIDIA wafer for either the 6000 or 5000 series coming up in the next few years, there's something like 12 times the price. So just the die, you know, just the die cost, it's something like 12 times over the 3000 series. It's just mental. So, you know, if you were hoping to get a 5090 maybe for 1600, I don't think that's going to happen. I think you were going to be 1900s now for the 5090s. 6090 were probably going to be over the $2,000, which is fine if it's not fine, but the days of £600 high-end GPUs are just long gone. So just allow it, man. Those days are gone. And but if you get in this experience, you know, and this is like an extreme hobby, I guess, at this point. It's like having a Pinarello race bike, you know, that costs 10 grand, or you know, golf clubs that you spend 5 grand or 10 grand on in the garage or whatever, and now people are dropping 5 grand on PCs, and then another grand on headsets, and whatever floats your boat, man. But if you've been sitting along the side and watching, maybe this is the time with the Crystal, with this screen, the Beyond. What's that other one? There's another one coming out, but it's going to be well expensive. It's like €4,000, similar to the new version of the Aero. So that's, I mean, that is I don't know what to say about that, really. But if you've got DCS and you've been thinking, like, just do it, mate, just get involved, because it's so good. My biggest problem is, like I said, it's just time. I just can't get the time in it. But if you're in that position where you have got the time and you're already doing this, like, I can't see how you're not playing like this it would just make no sense to me for you not to be doing this once you've experienced it. So yeah, I guess it's if you've got the GPU that can push it, and then you do your own research and you choose the headset that you really feel is going to be right for you. I love this thing, man. Like I said, it's only ever been my first one. I've never had one before, but I can't see how it could be clearer. VR Flight Sim guy did a video last week talking about the Beyond, and he super sampled it, and he said it's as clear as the crystal now, which is mental, because it makes me think, Jesus, I wonder how clear can it be, because this is so sharp. And I shouldn't do that because that's zooming, but I don't need to do that, by the way. But it's awesome. Like, it's so good. The textures, the canopies. I find myself just like doing this, just looking along the edge of the canopy, just looking. not even fussed about what direction I'm heading in. Just get transfixed on something, or if something was it a football stadium I was flying over earlier, I was zooming in. Yeah, it's so cool, man. Yeah, man. So, I mean, why did I pick this headset? I guess is a good question. Like, why? I could have had the crystal. Could have had the. Actually, let me tell you the backstory. So, I purchased the Aero when it first came out. I might have even pre-ordered it. I can't remember. I bought the Aero, paid for it. That was done, and then. What happened? I think I'd paid for it personally. It should have gone through my business, or it went through my business. It should have gone personal, one of the two. And I had to cancel the order. Cancelled it. I had to wait for the refund, and then I was on holiday for a couple of weeks. By the time I got back, I realised that I thought there'd be a bit of a mad rush for pre-orders, and there wasn't. They basically had stock, so I was like, oh, okay, well. They've got stock, I don't need to allocate anything. And then I picked up a 3090. I didn't want a 3090, everybody wanted a 3080, nobody got one. So I just went with a 3090 because I think it was available one day, and I bagged one. And that was it, so that took my funds, man. So that cost me my funds. And I just started saving up again, and just at the point where I was about ready to be in a position to buy the Aero again, I think the crystal was announced. So then I just sat on the fence again, just kind of watching the space, and then reviews started coming out of the crystal, and everyone was kind of leaning towards more of that over the Aero, because I think it had the local dimming, and that was big enough for people to say choose that over the Aero, and the field of view was better as well. But you couldn't. The quality control wasn't great on it, and that was getting picked up a lot on some of the reviews. So although visually and I wasn't even factoring the size of it, because at the time, like, they were just the size. Look at any headset, they're just that big. And then the Beyond gets announced, and I didn't have nothing really to do with it. I just kind of ruled it out. But the more videos I kept watching, I was like, it's just kind of like, I like this, man. It's OLED as well, and I love OLED. Like, if you've had an OLED TV, you're not going back. Like, once you've had one, you're not going back. The only reason you might upgrade is to the new versions, the QD OLEDs, which are even better, built on that technology. So they're here to stay, and we want it in our PC monitors. It's the reason why I've not upgraded my Alienware 240Hz, because although the OLEDs are out, they've not been able to do the display with that OLED with 240Hz. Like, I need 240Hz minimum. Look at me. Anyway, do I really? But that's what I'm used to now, so that's kind of what I want in an OLED format. And I think they've just done it in this year, in 24, where they're talking about QD OLEDs, so top of the end technology for that, and I think they're doing 360Hz on some of the panels. So yeah, which should probably force me to upgrade the Alienware, but I don't think I will, to be honest, because I can't. This is so good like I'm not. I can't see me really playing any other video game for the longest time, man. I've been looking for a new game to get into over the years, and nothing's really been like floating my boat. I've tried to do some things here and there, but I don't know if it's just my age. I just get bored of it, man. Just get bored of games, and but now with this, it's like it's really kind of got me into it, and I just wish I had a bit more time to kind of to really learn it all, man. You know. Oh wow, okay, that was like negative G. Ouch. Yeah, so the big screen was announced, and and I just watched that, and the more reviews I watched, I was like, yeah, man, that's the one for me. That's the one for me. You know, I can't see how you could make this clearer, but obviously they do. But then I'm a sucker for OLED, man, so I'll take OLED over the clarity. And from what I'm seeing, I don't really need the clarity now. I can read everything here. I can read everything. And maybe I hit the lottery on the IPD, I don't know, but it's just awesome. It's just so good. Yeah, man, so that was it really. If you're sitting on the fence, like, I think this is the start of like really big things. You know, it's another hobby. It's, if you got the time to put into it, then yeah, man, really consider VR. And yeah, right, I'm rabbiting on, so it's been a pleasure. Late as potatoes.